Alright guys, today is the day where we give the 370Z its first wash. So this car is completely dirty. It is filthy. It is filled with gunk everywhere. We kind of used the steamer up here, but we had almost like mold sitting right here all along the edges, the windows as well. All in all, this car has been sitting for who knows how long. It only has 37,000 miles, so it shouldn't be too bad once it's actually clean. But we're going to go ahead, give it a nice detail, and see what it looks like. So I just finished washing the 370Z. I went ahead and did a hand wash. I didn't just spray it off. I am going to go ahead and do the engine bay as well. Kind of hard to tell, but the engine bay is filthy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and spray down the engine bay as well. And hopefully we can get this thing looking pretty good. The engine bay is completely clean. I'm going to go ahead and clay bar the entire car as well before I buff and polish and compound and everything. All in all, the car does look pretty good. I'm not sure if it's too dark in this or not, but... Alright guys, so we're currently compounding the car. And I won't lie, I am definitely considering going ahead and wrapping this car. As you can see, the paint is just really nasty. Right here, you can tell that it's just really disgusting. It's really screwed up. Pretty much every single panel is like this. It really just has to hit the light at a certain point to really be able to tell. The quarter panel doesn't look too bad right here, but if we got closer and there was a light on it, then you would definitely be able to tell. And one of the biggest things being that I do have to get a new front bumper. As you can see, the previous owner, they did wreck the car, I'm assuming, because that should not be spider webbing with OEM paint. But it's also really bad down here, here as well, and even right here as well. All in all, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. I'm going to wait until the entire car is compounded, buffed and polished and everything, and see what it looks like then. But as of right now, I don't know if I am happy with how the paint looks. So there is a chance that I will end up wrapping this car. I did not want to. I do not really enjoy wrapping, as you can see in the GTI, but it might have to happen. Half of the car has been compounded and polished, and the passenger side has not yet. Looking at the paint, you can kind of tell in here, it is still very cloudy. That kind of helps a little bit. Granted, this is the worst lighting to be showing the car in. At the same time, it's the best lighting because this is going to show all of the blemishes. If you look right here, you can really tell how cloudy the paint is. I'm pretty sure, I talked to my dad, we're thinking that the previous owner painted the hood, the roof, and the trunk because those three areas are by far the worst. Apart from the bumper here, because this bumper is completely trashed, so this bumper does need replaced. Rumor has it that KBD might be making a Nismo body kit. I am definitely keeping my eye out on that. I love the Nismo bumpers, both the V1 and the V2. With this being a 2017, this would be considered the V2 car, so I don't think a V1 bumper would fit on it. But I won't lie, I do prefer the V1 bumper over the V2 bumper. With that being said, the whole side of the car actually does look pretty good. There's definitely some deep scratches. I don't really want to sandpaper the entire car or wet sand the entire car and hope to fix it. Needless to say, we might end up wrapping this car, and I already have a couple or a few colors in mind, but that probably won't be until maybe next year. I just want to get this car on the road. I want to learn how to drive manual because I don't know how. And I just want to enjoy the car. So it might not be perfect, but it's not going to be a 10 out of 10 show car right now. As you can see, the doors did turn out pretty good. There are some scratches in here. Things that still need polished out are the passenger fender, passenger door, rear quarter panel, the trunk and rear bumper, half of the roof, and both windows. Things that have been done are the hood, the front bumper, passenger fender, passenger door, passenger rear quarter panel, half of the roof. Bringing it out into the sunlight, it actually looks a million times better than it does under these lights. But the car is slowly getting finished, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap it up. I might get something to eat. I'm sick and I feel like crap, so I'm gonna see what I can get to eat, and then I'm gonna finish this car. My biggest thing is that I want to finish it and then drive it down to my grandpa's house because he did help me fund this car. Pretty much, as you know, he gave me the money for the car. The car is in my name, and then I just pay him back every month. That way I don't have to worry about interest or anything like that. But I'm gonna finish this car, and then afterwards I am gonna ceramic coat the entire car, and hopefully that'll at least keep it somewhat protected until I decide if I wanna wrap it or not. Needless to say, if you have a Nismo or even a base model front bumper, as well as a hood, please DM me on Instagram. I am in dire need of them because I am not happy with this front bumper at all. It looks like trash. Even from here, you can see the flaws. You can see the spider webbing right here. You can see an error here and an error right here. The hood is just completely full of rock chips, absolutely everywhere. Pretty much all of those little dots right there are all rock chips. If you have a front hood and a front bumper or a front bumper for a 370Z 2017 and up, please DM me. I might be interested. Please be black as well. I don't want to respray the car. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a second and we're going to finish this up. All right, guys, so the clip you guys see next is after the car's been finished. I did end up compounding and polishing the whole 370Z. It looks pretty good. The areas that look the most, as I mentioned earlier in the video, are the roof, the hood, and the trunk. So those are absolutely the worst areas. My assumption is that it's probably due to the sun coming down on it. It was sitting outside for months and months and months and months. So I'm assuming it's sitting outside, you know, that's just the worst areas of the car. The clip that you guys are about to see is, I believe, the only clip that I have of Pap, my grandfather, with the car. As I mentioned earlier in this video, without Pap, this vehicle, this project, this series, this build would not be possible. Pap is the reason I own that vehicle. So Pap gave me the money cash to go purchase the vehicle because he knew how much that vehicle, you know, meant to me as a child, just wanting to always own one of these vehicles. He gave me the money to go purchase my childhood dream car. The ultimate plan was that I was going to pay him back every single month until the car was paid off. That way I didn't have to worry about interest. The vehicle was in my name. I was just going to pay Pap back every single month until the car was paid off. And if you're close to me, some of you guys know that Pap was battling cancer for who knows how long. I believe it was in the last maybe year or two is when we really found out. And you know, it was spreading through his body, and so he had started chemotherapy, I believe is what it was. And he went through the first, you know, set of treatments for cancer. Then it was time for round 2 in terms of the treatments. And I believe these ones were, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen here, what it was actually called. But pretty much this set of treatments were next. And the first set of treatments he was able to get through, but sometimes they would really affect him. And he's had other health issues prior to this. He had a clogged artery, I believe. I think the other one was almost all the way clogged as well. He's had heart problems, you know. So these treatments weren't like just any treatments. These were really taking a toll on him. You know, he could barely get around after some of these treatments, but it came down to the doctors pretty much told him that he only had a certain amount of time left with us if he doesn't do the treatments. And even if he does do the treatments, they can't promise him how much time he has left, but if he could get through them and get rid of the cancer, then that ultimately means he should have a longer and better life. So after Pap, you know, heard about all of that, he waited a few months and then ultimately he decided, you know what, I'm gonna try these treatments. Pap then went in and he had one treatment done from my knowledge, maybe two, but I believe it was one. That treatment really, really hurt him. He ended up being at home, laying on the couch, and he was stuck there for a few days. And Pap is someone where he fights, he doesn't give up, he doesn't want to give up. And so then we got the call, and Pap asked my dad to take him to the hospital. So my dad took him to the hospital. You know, I feel like he was starting to feel a little bit better. I think we went and saw him once or twice. And then on that second day, we pretty much told him, all right, we'll be back tomorrow to check on you. And we came home and we went to bed. I randomly hear a phone call upstairs. And my dad, from my knowledge, all I heard was they lost his pulse. And so immediately we rushed up to the hospital, and we were greeted by tens of nurses and doctors working on Pap. And they said that he gained his pulse back. And a few hours later, they were still fighting to keep his pulse. And at that point, it was a hard decision, but the doctors gave us the decision to where as much work that they had to do on him, you know, he couldn't be promised a perfect life afterwards. And knowing Pap and knowing Graham, who also passed away a few years ago, they didn't want to have to go through that. Ultimately, that was Pap's last day here on this planet with us in person. And, you know, I know he's watching down on us. I know he's watching this build, and I know that I'm making him proud. And I heard him tell me one time when I brought that car to him, when it was all cleaned up, for those few seconds that he was able to stand up and go and look at the car, he looked at me and told me that he was proud of me. And those were words that I really needed to hear, and I needed to hear today. You know, hearing those words, and, you know, with the story behind this car and what it means to me and how I obtained the vehicle, you know, I'm going to build this 370Z to be the nicest car I own. This GTI behind me, I love this thing to pieces, but I'm going to make this 370Z something special, and it's all going to be for Pap. Many of you guys watching this video probably are not friends and family that are close to me, but if you knew Pap, he was a fighter, he was a veteran, he was the greatest grandfather I could have asked for. And I know he's up there, and every single day him and Graham are looking down on me, and they're watching me, and they're getting me through these days. And although this was one of the hardest parts of my entire life, I cannot give up. I apologize for the abrupt ending, but that's pretty much where we're going to end this video here. I'm going to post the little teaser that I posted on Instagram months ago, introducing the new car. If you're not following already, please follow the Instagram. They see everything first every single time. The car's been through, I think, 3 sets of wheels now, 2 sets of wheels already. I'm going to try to be more consistent on YouTube. You know, I really want to take YouTube seriously. I need to take this as motivation and really try to move forward with this. And, you know, it's my passion. It's my hobby. It's my joy. I love content creation. And so I want to keep doing this. This is what Pap would want me to do. He would be there supporting me every single step of the way. So make sure you're following the Instagram if you haven't already. I'm going to try to get a video out maybe every week, at least once. I have a couple videos lined up. I just need to edit them. I hit that loss of motivation there for a little while, but I have this video ready. I think I have one more video ready for the 370Z. The GTI has videos ready. I put new wheels on the GTI for the winter. Never posted that video because I didn't have motivation. And then we built the wheels on the GTI, so that's another video that needs posted as well. Some of you guys may not know this, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to say that if anyone is struggling, just know that it is not over. This is not where your story ends. You can get through the storm, and it will be okay. I know those are words that many of you guys will let go in one ear and go straight out the other, but I promise you, as someone who has been through some of the darkest times of my entire life, I can promise you that it does, it can, and it will get better. If you ever need help, if you ever need anyone, if you need anybody to talk to, my DMs are always open. DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok, comment below here. Maybe I can email you or something. There's professionals out there that will help you. I promise you that you are not alone in this world. I love you all. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate everything. I apologize for the wait in videos, but it's time to turn things up. It's time to start posting more videos more consistently and really chase the dream that I've had since I was like 10 years old, 12 years old of, wanting this to be something. That's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Be on the lookout for more videos. I promise you there's more to come, and I'm being serious that time. I'm gonna force myself to post every single week. I'm gonna find the motivation to get the video out and post it every single week. I don't care if it gets 2 views. I'm gonna post these videos for me. I'm gonna post these videos because Pap would want me to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as usual. Make sure you hug your loved ones, tell them you love them, and I'll see you guys next week.
It's got some terrible blind spots.
Oh, I bet it does.
It is time to reveal the next project on the channel. This car was left outside for who knows how long, and we are going to restore it into the ultimate show car and the ultimate cruiser. As many of you may know, my grandfather passed away earlier this week. Without him, this project would not be possible, so I want to dedicate this entire build to my grandpa. I love you, Pap. This one's for you. Did I mention I bagged it already?
Don't trust my home. Smash how you get it, beat it, rap in a minute. I'm trying to pull up.